Welcome back to the channel. If you are here, it's very, very important that you know this, that you are a god or a goddess with amnesia. You simply forgot that you are the I Am Presence. You simply forgot that you are connected to the all, to the source. What kind of a god are you? What kind of a goddess are you? Are you a god of beauty? Are you a goddess of wealth? Are you a god of wisdom? Are you a goddess of nature? You gotta understand what your core essence is. What is your core signature flow state blueprint? Your thing that makes you you. And a lot of times you get challenged for it. You get treated like, who does this guy think he is? Or how come he's talking like that? Or she thinks she's better than everybody. Or, oh, but that's egotistical, okay? But most of the people who say that stuff are renditions of you that are just more unskilled than you, much more not in the luck field or frequency, okay? I've grown up in the luck field, in the luck frequency. Even though I've gotten myself into a lot of trouble throughout my life, I still keep coming back to that presence of luck that comes from me following through on my dharma, my Tao, my mission. Okay? So as long as I'm giving a service to humanity, I understand my godlike potential. And maybe you just forgot. So how do you know that you're a god that's incarnated in the now? There's multiple stories of gods who have come to Earth to help human civilization. We are the sleeping giants. You see, we just have to awaken. We just have to understand what we're here to do on this planet. A lot of us are confused of what to do on this planet. Okay, a lot of us are very, very confused. So that's another part of it. How do we take away this blindness, this mass confusion, these distortions, these illusions? Okay, I already spitting bars. How do we get rid of these false prophecies, false datums that are coming in? Aligning with our truth, aligning with our light. It's as simple as that. Okay? It's as simple as that. You have skills that are not easily replicable by anybody else. That is your godlike strength. That is your godlike skill that you need to refine and get better at. You just forgot those skills. But notice that there's a hidden talent that a lot of us have that we haven't explored yet. That's your golden shadow. It's interesting, man, because tonight I'm going to be channeling Archangel Metatron. If any of you are interested in that, definitely shoot me a message, because it's going to be a powerful download. I'm very sure it's going to be a powerful transmission. And this is my first time channeling Metatron. I've never tapped into that energy before. But I do know he can definitely help me with my flow state. And that's why I'm interested, you see. So the deities that I choose to work with and connect with and invoke are deities all helping me in flow state. Health and performance shamanism, as we like to call it. Okay? Health and performance shamanism. This field is such a new field that we're the trailblazers, we're the pioneers of this, okay? How do you know you're a god in training? How do you know you're right for our path working of Primal Sutra? You don't. You don't. You got to try it out. You got to, just like you test out, some free food samples, you come to the channeling, you experience the awakening and the gifts and the gnosis that you get from attending these channelings, and you put the practical steps to use, okay? And one thing that I've noticed is that it's very, very important to learn from your enemies, okay? Learn from the people who despise you or hate you, or you feel like they're your arch nemesis. Because a lot of the times in God myths or God pantheons, you'll see that the god is fighting some other, antithesis of them, okay? So, God and devil, right? As an example, very, very, that's very reductionist to think of it like that, like just God and devil, but that I'm just afraid of this like black and white thinking of just hell and heaven, rather than, you could be walking in limbo through this realm. You could have a hungry ghost realm in Buddhism, and there's so many other, ways that you could experience this understanding of the samsara cycle through Hinduism, through Buddhism. I've learned some aspects of it, but also through learning Christianity and reading the Talmud and, going through the Quran, I've seen a lot of the patterns that are there, okay? So you got to pay attention to where you're coming from, okay? What do I mean by that? What is your family lineage, your prophecy? That's going to tell you a lot about your ancestors, okay? And once you heal, you'll notice that you're naturally a giver, right? And that the people who are coming to you for your healing, you'll notice the patterns that will reflect back into your own life a lot of times, okay? Because you're here in this training simulation and humanity needs you right now. That's how you know you're God that's incarnated, okay? For me, I like to pay attention to my effectiveness. What's working for me and what's not working for me. If I know it's not working for me, it's closer to falsehood. For me, right? And truth, and there's all truths are but half truths, right? So it's true to you. You got to understand. So if it's working really well for you and it's effective for you, that's closer to the truth. Okay, that's closer to your truth. So you got to understand that. Now, I keep asking myself this question: what would the real me do in this situation? What do I mean by the real me? The non-programmed me, right? It's not the version of me that's getting triggered by certain cultural conditioning that's making me want to do it like this. No. I'm asking that pure presence, that I am awareness, the observer. What would I really do in this situation? What would I really say in this situation? And then speaking through that power is so crucial and so important for this timeline, okay? Now, a lot of the times, we've got to understand that you are a God in human form, though. So you're going to have insecurities, you're going to have stress, you're going to have worries and all these other things, right? The human issues that you come through. But because you're a God with amnesia, you just forgot all of your godlike strength and essence. It almost went dormant. It's like right now hidden, and that's why shadow work is so important. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to emerge what you forgot. Your memory has to slowly start coming back. You have to remember it until it becomes real. And this is what I keep saying, instead of fake it till you make it. To remember your godlike strength until it becomes real. Okay, and you can see this through past visions, sometimes past life regressions, sometimes, dreams. Sometimes other people told you, sometimes you get confirmation from other psychics or clairvoyants or shamans. Sometimes, you see, there's going to be a lot of signs pointing towards this. And all we've done in our Primal Sutra path working is we've just trusted the signs and we've just tried to connect the dots, right? And we haven't tried to micromanage this thing or try to, add our own essence into it or try to, yes, there is an artistic aspect of it. Well, we notice the colors red and black to be very, very profound for this path working, but we haven't seen the true beingness unfold fully yet. It's like the first phase of this whole path working, where we had to go through the mistakes and learn and be challenged for our skills, be challenged for our work. It's good to be challenged. If you're not challenged, how are you going to grow? See what I'm saying? So the universe is going to challenge you. And you're going to have to start acting like a god, thinking like a god, being like a god, eating like a god, sleeping like a god, working like a god, fucking like a god, dancing like a god, interacting like a god. Okay, and it keeps going, right? So your whole beingness has to change into this I am presence. And you do that through settling yourself down. Imagine, and this is what Metatron told me this morning. He was saying, just by you simply saying, fill me up with light. Oh, divine creator, please fill me up with light. Just that statement, and light will be filled in. Now, it still might be blocked. Certain chakras might be blocked, or for you, there might be like a constriction, but the light will still be there. And as there is more light, it can crack and pierce through the armor that's kind of holding it all together, in a sense. So that light is divine light. With that divine light, you can do so many things and create and recreate. It's the creative energy. It's that life force. You can use that energy, and you can basically help your Merkaba to spin. I don't know if you guys know what a Merkaba is, but we're going to learn a little bit about this in tonight's channeling. If you're not a part of the Primal Sutra group, it's good to attend these channelings, because then you finally get an idea of the truth and the purity and the beauty behind these teachings. Because I never understood much of this until I put myself through the fire, until I decided that this is what I know I'm meant to be doing. This is what I know that the universe has guided me to do. And at first it was scary, man. It was like, fuck, is this really me? Or like, is it just my own mind and, you know, doing all this stuff? And does this even seem logical to me? My logical mind was testing me, constantly testing me. Like, are you sure though? Or I don't really know. Or I need more confirmation. Or I need to wait for more, you know, synchronicities to happen until I take action. And all these different things. But when you walk in your truth, you realize you're already in that God essence, okay, that Godfidence. So in order for you to realize, first of all, that I am that I am, okay, I am the creator. Padmasambhava reminded us of this last time. And now this time we're being reminded again to access our light bodies, okay? And to some of you guys, this information won't resonate or hit you directly where it counts. So for you guys, I'd highly recommend that you practice doing some form of meditation. The form of meditation recommended by Metatron is more so associated with lights, okay? So looking at a candle in the darkness, just don't look at the candle directly, but keep the candle flame away, and just close your eyes and feel the heat of the candle flame through your own physical body, through your etheric body, and having it cleanse out any disturbances or any different things that are in the way. And also, you want to do this for 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes. And you want to, oh look, there's a feather over here. Wow. You guys see? You guys see, I keep finding these feathers. That's how I know the Metatron is, definitely around. Like, his presence is definitely around. The more feathers I find, the higher up I'm going in a sense, in terms of my vibration is going like this. It just keeps dipping and then going up, dipping and then going up. And I think that's a part of it. That's how vibration works, right? In a sense. So it keeps dipping and then it goes up. But that's how a wave works, right? A sine wave works. That's how life is, in a sense. In a sense, sounds like in essence. Okay? Very important to note these things. And something I'm beginning to realize is the importance of purity to move the needle towards absolute, ruthless relentlessness. Okay? Purity guiding relentlessness is the theme. So something so truthful, so pure, like new life being born, or something so pure, like just like a little puppy, or something so pure like your inner child, or something so pure just like the most amazing scenery. I mean, look at this, guys. Okay, as I stare into that horizon, I get that similar feeling of purity emanating into my heart space, and then slowly into my solar plexus. From that purity, I'm going to get monster strength. Monster strength. Why? Because that is the process of life. It toughens us up, it hardens us up over time, right? But we're born pure. We're born with boundless potential. Okay? We have to understand that we've got to be happy to serve. Once we're ready and we're happy to serve, that's all we need. We don't need anything else. We just need to be in that giving consciousness. Okay? All the greatest leaders of the world, they were givers. To some extent. They were charitable, they were givers, and they figured it out. They figured out that there was this code. And they knew that they were gods, trust me. They knew that they were gods. That's how they could move through and change the culture. Move, society progressing forward. Even at the brink of a civil war, or where everything seems to be crumbling down, we are the ones, the Flow Jedis, who come through and recognize that we are here to be fearless. That fear is not going to bring us towards our gifts, towards our truth. We have to expose our fears to the light. So, O Divine Creator, please fill my fearfulness and my fear within with pure, blinding, divine light. Amen. That's it. That's that power. That's what you got to rely on. Your own understanding of not just your human nature, which is partly evil, but your God form, your ascended nature. Now, to ascend, we must also descend. This is why we're exploring the underworld, but also the oversoul. That is our path quicker. So, I got a testimonial the other day which said that, I got rid of all of my vices besides Coke Zero. That's funny. It also said that this process has not been easy, but it's been extremely excruciating. But I know that the evolutionary block that has been released, I'm forever grateful. And, there's some semblance of creative life force energy coming back for that person. It's If you want a similar transformation, shoot me a message. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you. Remember, you're a God in training. You're in this learning simulation to go through it and learn about this life. You're only here for a short amount of time, so make sure that you share your gifts with all of humanity, because it needs it. It needs it. Right now, the planet needs your positive energy. But it also needs you to be a badass. It doesn't need you to be weak. It doesn't need you for you to be soft and insecure. Okay? It doesn't require that. For you right now, show up as a god, show up as a goddess, and take control of your life. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again, and may the flow be with you. You already know. Let's go.